Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I am so smoky today. I don't know what this was, but I am loving my eye look today. I'm going to break down a little bit on how I got this eye look, but we are also, more importantly, going to be doing a ton of swatching. I'm going to do finger swatches, I am going to do brush swatches, and we are playing with the brand new Cover Shots palettes from Smashbox. I leaked on Instagram about 2 weeks ago a photo. I asked you all what was your favorite, which one were you attracted to, and surprisingly everybody had a very, very different opinion, which is something that I do really like about this launch. I feel like there's something for everyone. They came out with 7 palettes, and I really like that. There's really something for everybody. You don't have to spend 50, 60 bucks on a large palette. You can spend $29, you're getting 8 shades, and it's very compact. So there are a lot of really great things just about the packaging that I like and the concept that I like. But I want to say, no BS. I am so blown away by the formula of this eyeshadow. It is some of the best that I've tried in a really long time. And I try so much stuff that more often than not, I'm just like, pass. No, I don't like it. If you guys only knew how many videos I just won't make because I just really can't get into a product. This was a very different situation for me. Smashbox contacted me about a month ago. They told me about this launch. They told me how excited they were about it and that they had been watching my channel and they know how hard I am on product, but they really felt that I was gonna love them. So they sent over a package of every single palette, and I remember getting the bag and sitting down on my bed and being like, okay, it's eyeshadow, like, let's see what this does. And I didn't even finger swatch it. I just kind of went in with a brush. I was like, I wanna be really impressed. Let's see how this goes. And with a brush, it immediately just gave beautiful even pigmentation, no skipping, really beautiful bold color. And I'm gonna show you everything in just a minute here. I also wanna remind you, it is Thursday, so I will be on Style Code Live this evening. The link will be in the description box below. Come hang out with me in the live chat because I am there every single Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. But for now, we have a lot to dish about. Now, the other exciting thing about this launch is it is in collaboration with Shay Mitchell, which I have a fun fact for you guys. I don't know if anybody else will think this is cool. Maybe, probably not actually, not even maybe not. But I have actually visited the set of Pretty Little Liars. I don't know why I think that's a big deal. James's best friend, like best friend from childhood, like the person he's known his whole life, is or was, because the series has wrapped, was the production designer for Pretty Little Liars. And he actually picked out the paint for my old beauty room to flatter my skin tone. I asked him, to look at my skin and see what would look really good. And it was a paint that they had actually used on Pretty Little Liars. And when he was looking at my skin tone, he was like, you know what? You have similar colors in your skin to Shay. And I just remember being like, really? Like, are you really? That's cool. Okay. So now whenever I see Shay Mitchell, like I pay attention to her makeup, and I know we don't look anything alike, but I pay attention to her color choices. And yeah, I really love her. She's beautiful. So I don't know, there was no point to sharing that story other than to make me feel really good about my paint. Let's just get to swatching because that is the fun part. So I am wearing the Smoky palette today and loving life. I think this is a beautiful, easy, smoky eye. Everything blends very effortlessly. It doesn't take a lot of time or effort. And let's just start with that one. It's so smoky. Oh my God, right? I don't care if I'm dressed up or not. I think I'm gonna be wearing this a lot. Sorry, I was having a moment with my palette. It was really private and probably weird for me to just be staring at the colors for 10 seconds. Okay, so you open up this guy. What I really love is these 2 top shades right here are so phenomenal for even contouring. I know that sounds crazy, but this one right here is an excellent contour shade. It actually reminds me of a shade from Smashbox that they sell in that 3-part contour kit. So you have a beautiful kind of creamy banana shade that's great all over the lid or under the brow bone. And then going left to right, you have this beautiful burgundy shade. You have a gorgeous chocolate shade, which I am wearing all over my lid today. You have a taupey silver shade that's actually very flattering and not overly icy or silvery. You have a gorgeous emerald that has such a nice metallic sheen to it. You have a matte gray black, and then you have a more rich black that has little teeny tiny bits of micro glitter that are deep navy blue and silver. And then you have the explosion of makeup fireworks on the front. let's go straight to the bold because this is actually really good. This one I think is so cool because you have two up top colors that are going to kind of transform anything that you use in this palette. This top one right here is very iridescent, and you can actually put it on top of any of the brights and really alter the mood and the look of the eyeshadow. So from left to right, you have a red bold, you have an orange bold, you have this gorgeous yellow bold, which I have compared this color to everything else I own in my collection. I don't have anything even near to this shade. Then you have this bright green that I think come springtime, I'm gonna do some kind of bright teal blue kind of a green thing. You have a bright blue, and what's really surprising is that this purple is actually very nicely pigmented. Purples tend to be something really tough to formulate, really tough to keep smooth and even with pigmentation, and this one is really nice. And then we have the palette that I think everybody is gonna run out and get. You guys really flipped out on Instagram when I posted. Everyone was like, Ablaze, 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 Ablaze. This is just like, if you are into warm eyeshadows, you are going to love this palette. I don't even really love warm shadows that much. Like I don't go crazy like oranges and all of that. I actually think they look not that great on me, but I always want to be part of the club, so I'm like, oh yeah, I love warm shadows too. Why do I do that to myself? Anyway, this one is actually super flattering. The colors in here are freaking phenomenal. I would say if you were gonna do one and you like warm shadows, do this one. You get gorgeous colors up top, you get a champagne, and then you get a matte creamy tone that's a little bit milky. Then going from left to right, you have this gorgeous kind of pink champagne shade. You have a beautiful burgundy shade, a more chocolatey red type of a number next to it. You get this orangey golden shade that is so gorgeous, I can't. You get a beautiful sienna type shade and a gorgeous rich espresso matte brown. This one is really nice, so good. The other one that I would really recommend if you're going to be reaching for something every single day and you love matte shadows and you need something that you could travel with, that you could use really quickly to get ready, or you could touch up with throughout the day and bring it into more of an evening look, this palette has it all. This is the matte palette. You get two matte shades up top, one's more warm and buttery, one's a little more pink tone, and then left to right you get a beautiful light brown shade that is a great transition shade. This shade right here is also a great transition shade. It's a little more cool toned, it's just a little bit stepped down in color, like a little more intense. And then the one next to it is just a beautiful rich brown that you could do so much with. Then you move into a few colors. You have a pale pink, you have a purple that's more cool toned, and a black. This palette is so good for the everyday easy makeup situation, and I have used this one so much. I actually used the two shades as my transition today, and I just find them to be really easy. You don't have to use much effort at all. They just blend themselves out to perfection, no fallout, long wearing, I mean the list goes on. And gosh, I keep thinking like which one is my favorite because I've been reaching for so many of these that I don't know if I can like narrow it down. I really love this one because I'm a sucker for everything metallic, and I find this to be such a beautiful metallic formula. It is foiled, it is rich, but it doesn't look sparkly or chunky or thick. It just has a really nice glide on the eye, whether you use a brush or your fingers. And the color selection is gorgeous in here. So the up top shades, one's more warm, one's more cool toned, and Obviously, they're shimmery. Then going left to right, you have this really beautiful shade that surprisingly I didn't think I would like. But then you put it on your lid and it brightens up your eyes so beautifully. There's something about it that is very, very flattering, and this works as a gorgeous inner corner highlight as well. Then you have a more coppery shade, you have your chocolate rich brown, you have a pinky purple tone that I think is really special. I love this shade. Then you have a taupey silver shade that's really light, and a silver shade that has kind of a gunmetal feel to it. Really, really beautiful, would be great for a smoky eye as well. Then we have Softlight. Now this one I feel is nice to mix in with other palettes. I don't think there's enough of a transition in here where I would just use this palette, unless you are going for a very effortless look and you're going to take a brush, take any of these and just do a wash of color over the lid. This is the most natural palette. It's really creamy. These shades are very soft to the touch and you can actually use them as highlight. No joke. I'm just gonna dab in here and you absolutely can use this on the skin. It has that creamy texture that's not overly metallic, but it absolutely grabs light, and just all over the lid, washed over, like just a soft wash of color. It's gonna look beautiful and natural, but if you're looking for any type of intensity like a smoky eye, you're gonna wanna add in another palette to get those transition shades. This one is really beautiful. So up top, you have a lilac shade, you have a champagne shade going left to right, you have a champagne shade, a peach shade. This is kind of a golden champagne shade, a lilac purple, a really interesting bronzy chocolate brown that just has a lot of life going on in it, and then a chocolatey copper type of a shade at the end. Then we have Golden Hour, which also could be a favorite just because I'm drawn to everything purple. You guys know that. Purple is my absolute favorite color, and I love wearing purple on my eyes as well. So this is a very sophisticated plum type pinky little number here. You get a beautiful peachy shade that would be great as a soft transition if you have very fair skin. You also get a nice lighter matte shade over here that is stunning. Now from left to right, you have a beautiful, cool toned, really gorgeous champagne shade. Like it's a lighter champagne shade. You have a gorgeous brown bronze shade. Next door, we have a chocolate shade that has a bunch of shine to it and is beautiful. Then you have this really lovely pink shade. You have a step down that has kind of a cross between pink and purple going on. Also has a nice sheen to it. Then you have this plum shade that is fantastic all over the lid. And next to it, finally, you have a more cool tone rich chocolate shade that again has a lot of life going on in it and is absolutely stunning. That was a lot, but thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at these. They are definitely worth going to the store and at least swatching. You need to touch them, you need to feel them. There's something very, very special. These are going to be launching everywhere the day after Christmas, but they are available right now at Macy's. And that's all the info I have for you guys. I hope that you're having a good one. I also hope to see you on Style Code Live tonight. Again, that link will be below in the description box. And I love you so much for spending your time with me. I will see you all again in tomorrow's video.